There's good news and bad news about today's teenagers. The good news is they're physically safer than they have ever been. They're less likely to drink, less likely to date, and less likely to have a car accident. They're also less likely to have a part-time job or spend time away from their parents. The bad news is that they're on the brink of the worst mental health crisis in decades, with rates of depression and suicide skyrocketing. These findings come from researcher Jean Twenge, who has been analysing generational differences going back to the 1930s. She found that generational changes were gradual until 2012, when abrupt shifts in teen behaviours and emotional states became noticeable. Shifts that coincided with the twin rise of the smartphone and social media. Twenge calls this generation iGen, who have 24/7 access to the internet and smartphones constantly by their side. And this, she argues, has radically changed every aspect of teenagers' lives, from the nature of their social interactions to their mental health. Teenagers now spend much of their social time in their room, on their phone, on their own. Between 2000 and 2015, the number of teens who physically went out socially with their friends nearly every day dropped by over 40%. But online social interaction isn't making them happy. Research shows that the more time teenagers spend on screen activities, the unhappier they're likely to be. Whereas the more time they spend on non-screen activities, the happier they're likely to be. The same holds true for feelings of loneliness, depression, suicide risk factors, and sleep deprivation. Of course, technology is not the only cause of loneliness, depression, and suicide, but study after study indicates it's a significant influence. Twenge's advice for a happy adolescence is simple. Put down the phone, turn off the laptop, and do something, anything, that does not involve a screen, she says. And we all have a role to play in making that happen, in setting boundaries for technology use, so teenagers have opportunities to practice the art of face-to-face engagement and learn to cope without a smartphone by their side.